Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard First Nigeria Television. In the course of our duties, bringing stories to you from our stables, we went after Miss Olubunmi Mojisola Akinyosoye, a lady who is at the moment down with stroke. We went to meet her at her abode, where she's putting up with a friend after losing her accommodation of years at the Ayobo suburb of Lagos. We were quite fascinated by her intention to survive, to make life move on with herself, for herself again, with her belief that it is not yet over until it is over. She spoke with us at length concerning her condition, how it started, where she is right now, and her intention to go on a pet project, a movie production, with the title Grandma on the Wheelchair. The Grandma on the Wheelchair title talks about herself, the situation she's in right now, and explains in depth all the situations that she has been through. In this interview with her, she spoke at length about a lot of other issues surrounding her condition. Please move with us as we get along. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, sir.
I would like you to first of all introduce yourself and say a few things about your itinerary, how you've moved, how you got to where you are at the present moment, your experiences.
You mean life experience, or towards about my health? Okay. My name is Olubunmi Mojisola Akinyosoye. I'm going to be 60 in April, and I'd worked in corridors of power. I started my career from NC in 1979. I worked with Philip Morris Nigeria. I was PA to Finance Director in John Holtz at the time. I worked with Nana Industries. I worked with Sumi Smartco. Yeah, Sumi Smartco. He knew me when I was growing up. I worked with him. I was with him when he launched his photo news magazine. And I also did some things for myself as well. I was doing very well. I had my place on Ipaja Road. I had to move in with my mom when my baby sister died. And I became ill 3 months before my mom died. I just came back from work. And while I was trying to open the door, I just fell down, and that was how it started. 27th of July 2017. It's been 3 years, 3 months now. And I would say it has been God all the way, because the first 4 years I had sold everything that I'd worked for, even inheritance from both parents had sold. It got to a point where I didn't have anything to sell anymore. I had to call on my schoolmates, Lagos African Church Grammar School. I'm of the 77 set of the school. They all rally around me, even those in diaspora. They rally around me, and they had been supporting me for almost 3 years now. And lately, because my mom taught at Lady Luck Primary School, Yaba, and I also passed out from the school. A classmate of mine saw my broadcast and presented it to the school, the old school in America and in London, and they have been trying to support me really. At a point, I was at Lud for 3 months. I was at Biju Hospital at Ekpaja here. I'd been all over. Some come to the house, they take my money, whatever they offer will not even work. on the long run, I decided that let me do trado therapy, because the therapy I was doing was costing me so much. I was paying 12,000 every day, 3 times a week. But with the trado I do in the house, it's actually home service. But it has not been easy. I live with pains in my body 24/7.
Well, sorry about this. You need not to worry too much, because sobbing will not really be necessary, because right now, the beauty of it, you have proven to us, to me, at least by the time you spoke with me, you need to prove to me that it's not over until it is over. I've even learned one or two things from the strength that I have to put into my own life too. Because a lot of people get to this stage, they think it's all over. They want to go and die, but you have a project you want to go into, that you're going to utilize this situation to come out with something that will make life better for you and even a lot of other people who will be joining you in the venture. Can you tell me, can you give us an idea of what this project is going to be like?
Okay, because I'd been living on people for support, and because my host now is in the film industry, I decided to join him in whatever he's doing, and I came up with the idea of doing a film. It's actually a true life story, and the reason is because I want to believe that I still have my life and I still have some energy in me, some strength God gives. God has been strengthening me. I want to go into it so that the proceeds can at least last me for a lifetime. I won't have to keep seeking help from people. The title of my story, it's Grandmom on the Wheelchair, which is about a family that the woman has a brother who is greedy. They are both from a very rich, wealthy family, and because the brother wanted to sit on everything their father died when their father died, made attempt on the woman's life to kill her, brought in people to kidnap her and took her to another city, and they battered her, and she became she lost her spinal cord. She had a problem, injury on the spinal cord, and that's how she came on the wheelchair. After the father died, the brother sat on all the wealth, and he got married. He has 3 children, and someday he went out of the city where he was staying, and he ran into this woman on the wheelchair, and she was able to recognize her, even though he was still young when that incident happened. This woman couldn't marry again. She couldn't have a child because of the spinal cord injury. So the woman recognized him too, and he now brought the woman in to his home, and they started to live as one big family. But you know, there's this adage in Yoruba that says adaniloro akodaro or something like that. The woman has been living a bitter life because of her health condition. She couldn't get married, she couldn't have children, and now the brother who caused her all those tragedy has brought her into his home, and she knows that the guy is living on the wealth that belonged to herself and her brother. So she now decided to take revenge, and that's how she started killing them one by one. The business collapsed. The guy started having issues up and down. I don't want to talk about it too much. At the end of the day, he went somewhere. A friend took him to a spiritualist, and the man said, "We can't pray here, let's go to your house." He now came to the house. After prayers, the prophet now said, "Mama, why are you doing this?" The guy said, "No, she's my aunt. She's this, that." He said, "She's not the one." He said, "No, I know what I'm saying. She is the one behind all the havoc. Let her speak." She didn't want to speak, but the guy now commanded the Holy Spirit to force her to speak. And she now relates the story. Why she decided to take revenge, how the whole thing happened, the roles the father played in making her, getting her on the wheelchair, and meanwhile they had security agents around. They now took the woman away. So the two things: once there is life, there is hope. I'm even a lot better now, and I know I'm going to get better, and because I don't want to be a beggar. I was up there. I was really up there. I was up there. I bought my first car in 1981. Nobody gave me. God blessed me. I will show you pictures from my shop. I have a photo album when I opened my shop. I know how much I invested. I had to sell off my shop. It's still there on Ipaja Road because I couldn't work anymore. And that's how I sold out the place. I was doing very, very well. Until the ailment on your also more ẹlẹ́ran mi dọ̀mílé gungun ó sọ aláṣọ dàlákìsà, but thank God that it has not taken my life.
That's a great one. That's a great one. Have you spoken with maybe like donor agencies, like sponsors concerning this project that you?
No, I have not, but I've had sympathizers that has taken up written some stories about me to see if they can really raise money, but Nigerians are not responding. They are thinking, well, most people complain that the pandemic has really, affected them, their business and all that. Even the GoFundMe, I would say I thank God, but all the same, I know it can be better. Everybody everywhere, we all know the pandemic affected everybody over the world, so it has not really it has not really been like what one would want to live on, and more of the reason why I want to do this film, the film production, and one other reason is I know that after my own film comes out, other filmmakers would want me to appear in their films, and whatever I make from there, will still help me to.
I want a situation where you even linked your intention with your stint at the NTA. Could you tell us what you were doing then, the number of years you were in the with the NTA, the roles you played while at NTA, and just let us know how your experience in NTA could actually relate and reflect in what you want to do now?
That's I don't know. I am more or less I'm an administrator by profession. I wasn't in the production area, though. When I started in 79, I joined them in 79 when I left secondary school. I worked with Lithium Yem. I worked with Larry Michaels. Tony Ogunlano is late too. I floor managed him. I worked in the film library, but I left and went for my secretarial studies, then came back. So I worked with the director on Manpower Resources. I ended up working with Bola Aloba, who was the public relations manager, Porter Cabin 18 to be precise. I had quite a lot of friends there, and In fact, my hosts had always wanted me to come into act with them, but I didn't really want it because of my kind of work. That when as a PA you get into the office in the morning. I went to Speedwriting International Secretarial School. Then I also attended Federal College, Technical College Akoka. So I didn't feel it was ideal for me to, as an administrator, to now go and be into filmmaking then, which it's a different norm now. So most of the people that were my colleagues, my seniors, are retired now. I really don't know. I don't know.
No problem.
I know that God can always work something out.
Definitely, I get you. The link is already created. Of course, you worked with NTA.
Yes.
A lot of people you must have met even while you were in admin.
Yes.
So definitely, all that's going to reflect. I want you to say a little thing about your present host. I was going to ask who the person is and what he has done. How far has he gone in making sure that your well-being is restored?
That question is huge, but I will answer you. To God be the glory. My host, he's an actor, he's a film writer, he's a producer, he's a legend in the film industry. I'll say that. We actually grew up together. We've known ourselves for over 50 years, and our parents were actually friends. His name is Femi Bright, the husband of Salome Eketunde. I actually call him Baba Olokada. Okada in the spiritual realm means helper. Somebody God has sent to help you, to lift you up. So he's my lifeline. I call him Lifeline. I have another person like that. My brother, a pastor. We all call him Vivian, but it's Pastor Williams. He lives in California. That's my other lifeline. Both of them has been like, it's a lie, you can't fall, you can't collapse. We are ready to be there for you. Femi Bright has been wonderful. It has been wonderful. I wish there's a way. I know there's no way I can pay him back than to team up with him and let's see what we can do together in the film industry. And I want to use this opportunity to touch the hearts of meaningful Nigerians that can support us to produce the project we have in front of us. Excuse me, to God be the glory. I have some meaningful friends and colleagues, senior, excuse me, from NTA that even in the film industry that has agreed to support me in the project. I will mention Uncle Taiwo Bileye, Comfort Okoronko has agreed to come on board to support me. And we have Paul Adams, we have Kepi Ekpenyong, and Joke Silva, but because of some things that is on ground now, I'm not sure if she'll be able to. And I also have the support of Soji Oyiso. Then my boss, Bola Aloba.
So those are people who are very much on ground, who are already doing something to encourage you in the...
Yes, sir.
That's it. Quite interestingly, we are at the home of Mr. Femi Bright, the host to Sister Akinyosoye. Sister Akinyosoye has told us how much help, how much assistance Mr. Femi Bright has been to her. And we all know that Mr. Femi Bright is one of the major players in Nigeria's movie industry. And of course, he will be a very important part of this project at hand. Now I want to speak with Mr. Femi Bright.
Good afternoon, sir.
We don't need to start asking your name now. We want to just give us an insight into how far you have gone concerning this project that you and Mrs.
Akinyosoye are trying to do.
What you intend it to achieve within the shortest possible.
Okay. A lot of people have been helping Bumi Akinyosoye concerning her situation. But at times she sits down and thinks, will these people be there for me forever? Definitely, they're not going to be there for you forever. Teach somebody to fish and not just giving that person fish. This project, I believe, is going to do that in her life. I mean, giving her something to live on. People giving you this, giving you that for your health problem, for treatment, for feeding, cannot continue. So when she started thinking, I said, now Bumi, you are in the home of a filmmaker. I've always been asking you to come into the film industry, but she was always running back. For years, I've always been trying to bring, even when she was working at NTA, I've always been trying to bring her into acting, but she didn't seem to like it. But now, this is just one big opportunity for you. So we decided to make a movie. That's when we picked on this story, grandmother, because of our condition. We picked the story so that she will be on wheelchair while acting her roles. So grandmom on wheelchair. And to God be the glory, immediately she called her colleagues, our old friends at NTA, and instantly they all agreed to support her solidly, to put their weight behind it, and even act in the film. Anguta will be there. I was here when she called in. He was ready to do anything, to act, to support her to any length. Same thing with Kepi Ekpeyong. She spoke with Paul Adams. All are ready. They said any role, even if it's a prominent role, they are ready to give their time and support her. So far so good. The story is almost completed. So for her to get more support, I decided maybe we should do something like a trailer first, just like a day shoot, using the right camera, the right equipment, so we can now place that out and now seek support from people, financial support, so we can have a standard project. So that is it.
That's a great one. Thank you very much for that effort. Thank you so much. Definitely, there's no doubt that the intention is to get people to rally around, apart from the people already mentioned who are going to be actors and actresses and producers and all that. Of course, a major intention will be also to get funds for the project, which is most important, and that's the essence of this interview we're having, so that all and sundry captains of industries, government bodies and all that, and all the professional groups could take a chance and come into this project that intends to go places, at least to let Mrs. Akinyosoye have an opportunity of living life at full time, up with all and again. So that's the essence of the interview. Thank you.